what he means when he says, hello, my name is Chengi and you, my precious one, are my world. And welcome to Chengi's World if you're new, because right here is where I teach you how to present as a high value, high status, high worth woman that men find completely irresistible. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Okie dokie. So do make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you're notified, and the notification bell, ding ding, so that you are notified every single time I upload a video. Welcome to this tribe of high value, irresistible women. Okie dokie. So today we're going to be talking about what he means when he really says, and in this video I'm going to be decoding some of the stuff that we've heard a lot about, but sometimes don't really know what to make of it. Okay, it's not in particular order. I might even lose my numbering because that's how it is out here in these Chengi streets. But just bear with me because we're just going to be talking about this. These are the things I hear a lot from you girls. When you call me or you send me a message and you say something like, oh, my boyfriend said this, or the guy I'm dating said that, and you are really kind of confused because his actions and his words are not aligning, which is the very, very first thing that you need to look at, and something I always say that you ladies have to be aware of. A high value woman is always examining, watching, looking, making sure that she's vetting, and on top of that, verifying that what a man says is exactly what he does, because vetting is hearing what he says, verifying is seeing if it is in fact done. And so when there's a disparity between what he's saying and what he's doing, then you know that this is a situation that you need to be really allowing your alarm bells to go off on. So I'm going to be talking about some of the things that men would say maybe on their dating profiles when you're flicking through, or something that they will say to you in person, and then you have to decode that. And I'm just going to help you decode some of the stuff that you have been seeing online. First one is, I love adventure. I'm looking for somebody to have an adventure with. I have adventure on my mind. So that word, when you hear the word adventure, then know that this is a man that is not who is not commitment ready. Okay, some of you may say, well, my friend and her husband, they had adventures together and eventually got married. That is not to say that this man has no potential to get married, but a man who is a relationship settled down ready is not looking for an adventure. He's had all his adventures, and now he's actually looking to establish, to build a legacy, to make something for himself. And whilst the two of them can engage in an adventure together, the fact that he's coming out talking about adventure, and I always say to my girls, it is online, and he just seems to be going from one adventure to the next, bungee jumping, blah blah blah, and he's looking for somebody who would enjoy an adventure with him, then that is genuinely something for you to watch out for, because this guy is not commitment ready. He is not relationship ready. The next one is spontaneous. I like a girl that's spontaneous. When you hear the word spontaneous, please understand that what most men mean when they say spontaneous is they're trying to vet you and make sure that you are okay with things like last minute dates, or again is another form of non-commitment. So he doesn't want to invest, he doesn't want to plan dates, he doesn't want to let you know that this is something that he is doing for you. You see, you have to understand, like I've said in my other videos, that when a man is really interested, the first thing he does is he makes an investment, and you know how interested he is by the investment that he is making. Now, most men who are totally interested in a woman, who really want to secure her affections, are going to plan a date, they're going to secure the date, they're going to confirm the date, they're going to make sure that the date is wow and that she's going to enjoy it. They've considered her desires, her needs. So when a man is doing that, he is not going to be spontaneous, because a man cannot spontaneously plan a date for you. He cannot spontaneously choose the right place for you, especially through lockdowns like some of us are experiencing at the moment. So spontaneous is really a clue when you hear the word that this is a man that is trying to be low investment. This is a man that wants to see how low an investment he can go with. And of course they will use words like, oh, I thought you were spontaneous. I am when we're in a relationship that is committed, exclusive, and has longevity. But whilst you are dating me, I am not spontaneous. I don't play that game. Okay, so another word is, are you open-minded? Open-minded usually means that he has a little bit of a secret. Okay, there's something a little bit off. It's probably a little bit kinky, a little bit freaky, a little bit something, and he's gonna want to sell you that. And of course, if you reject it, then he's gonna accuse you of not being open-minded. Maybe he likes a little bit of an orgy, a little bit of a threesome, a little bit of BDSM. And I remember dating, sort of talking to a guy online. We weren't actually dating. And he kept saying, oh, are you an open-minded girl? Are you open-minded? And really what he was trying to say is that he's bisexual. Now, he wouldn't accept the title. He said he's not bisexual. He just likes to sleep with men now and again. He's just not bisexual. Now, for me, if you sleep with men and you sleep with women, that makes you bisexual. But people have the terms that they want to use. But basically, he kept asking me if I was open-minded, are you open-minded? And what he really, and I said to him, well, no, I only ever date purely heterosexual men, and that's my thing. That is a non-negotiable, keeping it moving. And he was, but I thought you're open-minded. And I realized that the open-minded is a trap. And when I deal with my clients and deal with certain women who want a certain thing, or men who are a little bit off-center, they have a secret, there's something they're trying to sell you, what they're going to say to you is, are you open-minded? So when you hear that, that's a little bit of a flashing amber light. Find out what it is, because you may very well be open-minded to the idea, and you may very well be closed-minded to the idea. So I'm very open and honest, and I tell men I'm not a very open-minded woman when it comes to dating. I'm very specific about what I want, and if you don't fit the criteria, then unfortunately I'm not going to be open-minded about it, because that's what high-value girls do. They tell the truth. Okay, so next is I'm busy. I've got such a busy job. I get so busy. What he's saying to you is, get used to not having consistent attention from me. I am going to breadcrumb you in this relationship, and I am going to blame it on my busyness, because I want you to know that you are not going to be a priority. That's not what I'm recruiting you for. That is not what this relationship is about. You will not be a priority. And if you want to know more about how to handle not being a priority, there's a video on my channel that is entitled how to manage not being a non-priority. So if this is the case, then he's busy. He's saying you, my darling, are not a priority. When a man says my kids come first, he's obviously stating the obvious. Every single person that dates somebody with children knows that the children come first. Okay, but what he is saying to you and signaling to you is that I won't be giving you attention is the same signal as I am busy. But it is also the signal that I am not going to spend much money on you. I am not going to invest financially in you, because I want you to know that my finances, my attention, my love, my best love will be going to my children. And if you sign off on that deal and come across really understanding, then you're going to find yourself shortchanged in that interaction. We've all dated that guy who has kids, and the kids come first, and we want to be the cool girl and be like, okay, well, that's fine. I used to date this guy, and he would, just cancel dates last minute, not show up for dates at all, ghost me, just have the most erratic behavior, and he would always use the kids. And if I said to him, what's going on, he'd say, I told you my kids come first. And that wasn't the first time that it happened. And I realized that it's really important not to be the cool girl and to state your standards and your values and say, you know what, kids will always come first, but I really appreciate a man who knows how to manage his priorities and know how to sort his schedule out so that he's able to meet the needs of his wonderful children and the needs of the woman that he is trying to pursue. So in that statement, you are letting him know that there will be no excuses. If you are not ready to date and show up and be attentive, then I don't have time for you. But I really do appreciate it when a man knows how to manage his priorities. This way, you're letting him know that you appreciate an organized man. You appreciate a man who knows how to manage his world in order without depriving anybody in the spectrum of his life. Okay, so that is really important that you communicate that. When a man comes through with sexual innuendos very early in the dating or on the app, hi sexy, oh, I love it. I remember sort of one of my girls sending me a text, and she had asked him a really smart question, and what is the most foolish thing you've ever been caught doing? What is the silliest thing you've been caught doing? I think it's one of my 50 questions for that every high value woman needs answered. So get yourself those questions and make sure that you answer them first before you ask them, because you will be asked that question back if he's smart. Okay, so she asked him this question and he says, oh, getting caught having sex in the backseat of the car, blah blah blah. Now that is another sort of innuendo. What he wants you to know is that sex is a number one priority for him. He is fishing for sex. Sex is what this is all about. And by throwing in overtly sexual connotations, he's just trying to figure out where you fit in the scale. Are you going to make it difficult for him, or are you going to make it hard, or can he get out of you what he wants as quickly and as cheaply as possible? And so in this instance, it's very simple. It's very easy. You just say to him, oh, didn't your mama teach you any manners? Didn't your mom teach you how to speak to a lady? Oh, I don't appreciate that kind of conversation from somebody I've just met. Or that's just boyfriend husband privileges. We can, if you ever get there, we'll talk about that. Okay. If he says hello sexy, you can say to him, I appreciate the compliment, but don't you think it's a little bit too soon to be throwing around that big heavy word, or whatever? But just let him know in a playful, flirtatious way. If you don't know how to flirt flirtatiously and putting a man in his place by being flirtatious, then you need to get a hold of my 2 packages, How to Talk to Men So That They Listen and Flirt and Date Masterclass. Both of those replays will help you mingle your responses, especially in the situation that comes up a lot. Okay, if he asks you for more pictures, can you send me more pictures? There are 2 reasons a man will ask that. Usually because some women, unfortunately, will put pictures of them when they were old, and when they were younger, and now they're much older. And so he feels like if he gets more images, he will get an accurate estimation of what you actually look like. A lot of the time we put our best photos up, we've got our makeup on, we've got our hair, we're just looking so fabulous, and we're marketing ourselves on these dating apps, or we're marketing ourselves on a night out. But what he wants to see if you've got other pictures where he can get a better estimate of what you look like from head to toe, what your body is like. So he's just wanting to get more of a spectrum. However, I always say to my girls, whenever you post something online, make sure you've got a full body shot that is an accurate representation of who you are. Get the angle right so you look your best, but make sure that you have a full body shot. Now, if you make sure you have all the different types of pictures that I instruct my girls to have, and if you need help setting up your dating profile, I'll be more than happy to help you with that. Just look up on my Instagram, my Facebook, and in the stories in this community, and you will be seeing the new offer that will be coming on for how I can help you set up your dating profile. Now, if you've set up your dating profile with all of these components in position and in place, then and only then are you able to say to him, oh, I'm not comfortable sharing any more photos of me until I get to know you better. Okay. Now, the second reason is because he really just wants to perv on you, and he wants to see how compliant you'll be, because it will start off with more pics, then he will ask for more interesting pics, and then before you know it, you're taking your clothes off and you're sending pictures to a man that you hardly know. So it's really the beginning of a downward spiral. It's really the beginning of you giving away more than you want to give away. Okay. Then I don't believe in marriage. That is code for I will never marry you. If you're gonna be with me, marriage will not be on the table. Now, a lot of girls feel like if a man says I don't believe in marriage, it's just nothing but a piece of paper or something equally ridiculous, that she thinks, oh, not until you get to meet me and how fabulous I am and how great I am. I will show you that I am so amazing that you will want to marry me. This is the trap that a lot of women get into. When a man tells you he's not looking for a relationship, if he tells you he doesn't believe in marriage, please believe him and keep on moving. If marriage is a priority for you, you will not be able to change his mind. Is it true that men sometimes fall in love and by accident, yes, they do. But the woman that is dating them is not anticipating that they will fall in, is not maneuvering her way for him to fall in love by accident. She is genuinely comfortable with what he has put on the table. So whatever it is that you want, if a man says these things to you, that is the code. And now I'm sure there are many other codes that you need me to maybe speak about or that I haven't included here. When he says he wants space, just check out my video, When a Man Asks for Space. There's tons of videos on this channel that may cover the bits that I haven't covered, but I certainly hope that this video was helpful. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, and I'll see you soon in my next video. In the meantime, take care of you.